Hello, first graders. It's me, Miss Smith here. We're going to look at our book, Green Eggs and Ham, once again today. I know some of you have this book at home because it's a classic that a lot of people like to read. But remember, if you don't have it, it's okay. Today, you're just going to need your listening ears for this part of the lesson. I want you to listen because in our lesson today, we're going to be answering this question. What does looking at which character is speaking reveal to us? We're going to be looking at our characters today. And when we hear one of them speaking and we figure out which one it is, we're going to see what that reveals to us. Remember, reveal just means to show us. What does that show us, or what does that tell us? So let's dive into our book. But I'm going to give you a fun action to do. Whenever you hear Sam I am speaking, remember he is the man with the red hat. Whenever you hear Sam I am speaking, then you are going to sit down. But if you hear the man with the black hat speaking, then you're going to stand up, or you could raise your hands. But this will help make our listening just a little bit more fun. So if you hear Sam I am, you're going to stay seated. Remember, Sam I am has the red hat. But if you hear the man with the black hat, you're going to stand up or wave your hands in the air. Okay? All right, here we go. I'm going to start by reading some things that the characters are saying. Another word for when a character is speaking is dialogue. And you're going to hear that word in your vocabulary part of the lesson today. Dialogue. Dialogue is when the characters are speaking. Here we go. Would you like them in a house? Would you like them with a mouse? I do not like them in a house. I do not like them with a mouse. I do not like them here or there. I do not like them anywhere. So the first character that was speaking, who was that? Oh, if you were staying seated, then you were correct because Sam I am was speaking first. But then if you stood up or raised your hands in the air because the man was speaking, you are correct. Let's try a few more. Would you, could you, in a car? Eat them, here they are. I would not, could not, in a car. Okay, so in the first part, listen again. Would you, could you, in a car? Eat them, here they are. Who's speaking there? You're right, it is Sam. So you're going to stay seated. Sam was the one who was speaking. But then, I would not, could not, in a car. Are you standing up? You got it. The man was the one who was speaking on this page because he said, I would not, could not in a car. Remember, Sam I am is the one who is trying to get the man to eat the green eggs and ham. Let's go to a different part of the book. Having trouble finding my page. Here it is. Sam, if you will let me be, I will try them, you will see. Who was speaking there? Oh, we had a little clue, didn't we? Because he said his name, Sam, we know that the man is the one that's talking because he is talking to Sam I am. Gave us a little clue there. So now I have a question for you. I'm going to read one more part of the book. And as I'm reading, you can still stand up or sit down. But I want you to think about, how did you know who was speaking? And what did you notice about the words that the character said? How did you know who was speaking? And what did you notice about the words the characters said? Okay, listen to this part. Would you, could you, in a boat? I could not, would not, on a boat. I will not, with a goat. I will not eat them in the rain. I will not eat them on a train. Not in the dark, not in a tree, not in a car. You let me be. Here is our first character speaking. Would you, could you, on a boat? Here is our second speaker. I could not, would not, on a boat. I will not, with a goat. How did you know who was speaking? Who's speaking here? Oh, Sam. Yes, Sam was speaking first. And then who was speaking here? You got it. The man. So, did you notice something about the words that they said? Is there something that's different about the words that Sam usually says and the words that the man usually says? Tell your learning partner. What do you notice about the words that Sam says? And what do you notice about the words that the man says? Good thinking. Did you notice that whenever Sam is speaking, he's asking a question? Do you see this question mark? Whenever Sam speaks, he's usually asking a question. But whenever the man is speaking, he's usually just telling things. He's telling things he could not, would not do most of the time. And he uses the word I a lot. Usually, Sam uses the word you because he is talking to the man and asking the man a question. So, by looking at the dialogue or what the characters are saying, we learned that Sam asks questions and he uses the word you. But the man, he doesn't ask questions. He tells he tells Sam the answers. And he usually uses the word I. We learned some new things about our characters today. By looking at the dialogue or what the characters are saying, it revealed some new things that we didn't know before about our characters. Great listening, first grade. Time for a brain break.